Hey, how's it going, everybody? I haven't recorded a video in a little while. My throat's sounding much better. My voice is sounding much better. My throat's feeling better. Made it through whatever it was. I don't know, some upper respiratory thing, all right? But anyway, enough with that bullshit. I'm back. The reason why I haven't been making videos is partially because of my voice was fucked up, my throat was hurt, but also just because there's so much craziness going on. Like, I don't even know where to start, right? We get Victor Bout, who was traded for WNBA star, I say in quotations, Brittany Griner, right? And now they have him doing tours in Ukraine, right? Like, giving the pep talk to the troops and this and that, which, it's crazy. And the thing about it is the Biden administration had the choice of the other gentleman, I forget his name, that's slipping my mind right now, but the ex-Marine, the spy, they could either grab him, who's been in there for a while, right? He's got 2 more years on his 9-year sentence, something like that. Or Brittany, who's only been in there for 11 months, say, right? For something she shouldn't have been doing. I mean, I guess neither. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I mean, that's just crazy enough, right? I mean, is that a fair trade now, if you think about it, right? Like, we should have got her and then, the several Americans for that trade, of the merchant of death, right? I mean, I was hoping that the Brittany Griner thing would be over with and no one would even hear about it ever again and all that, but it looks like they just fucked us even more. The other problem is, the whole censorship with Twitter, right? And they're trying to say, well, they were mostly trying to censor on Twitter. Okay, but they weren't doing anything on Meta, Facebook, or on this, YouTube, or anything like that, right? Bullshit. The FBI, the CIA, they were supposed to release the JFK papers again, right? They released mostly all of them, but they said that people who have looked at them have said that the CIA was involved. The CIA and the FBI was involved in an assassination, right? So that's not the only one. That was JFK, RFK, MLK, right? And then weapons of mass destruction, who knows, right? Arming Syria, all kinds of crazy shit. And it's one thing after the other. But people ain't talking about that, right? They're like, yeah, but Elon and Trump are dangerous. Okay, you're going to tell me the FBI and the CIA assassinating people in our country at will? Our politicians, on top of that, are not protesters, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's insanity. It's insanity. And nobody cares. Truly nobody cares that the FBI, that these platforms, that Twitter, Facebook, Meta, and Alphabet, Google, YouTube, that they're somehow not, they're still private entity, they're private owned companies, so that's why they can censor your speech. No, they just go through. The CIA and FBI just goes through these companies and they use it as a proxy, as a proxy government, right? Where they can shut you down, where they can censor your speech. Like, well, it's a private company, so they can ban who they want. That's bullshit, man. And we're paying tax dollars towards it. That is insane. That's insane. Oh, Fred Hampton, right? They drugged and killed Fred Hampton, right? And the CIA and the FBI, they did MK Ultra experiments, right? They experimented on Whitey Bulger, and they experimented on Charles Manson, supposedly David Koresh, Timothy McVeigh, the Unabomber, right? I guess the Night Stalker as well. And that's just some of the people, right? Because Timothy Leary was doing the LSD experiments in Harvard with the hippies and the counterculture, right? The subversives. And then in Alcatraz on the other coast, they were doing it in Alcatraz to criminals, And then they can just, who knows? They call them up. They say 3 words and all of a sudden, boom, they're triggered and they go out and they freaking blast them. Who knows? I don't know. But it seems relevant to the situation of what's going on now. I understand you don't like Elon. I understand that your hatred for Donald Trump makes you blind, where you don't want to see that the people who have always been fucking us are also fucking them, right? If you're on the right, the left, you don't give a fuck, center right, center left, or you've given up all hope. we should all be concerned that this is happening. Because once they take these powers and they expand them, they're not going to take them back. They're not going to be like, you know, Zion, we were wrong. We have to have them abide by the Constitution on all of these platforms, you know. If you're libelous, if, you know, I mean, there's laws already on the books about certain shit, right? Use the laws, you know, use your words. You know what I mean? It's like, and honestly, you know, I get it. Like, people don't like to see certain, and I even made a video about the N-word, right? And like, you know, that I don't like, you know, necessarily dealing with it and, you know, hearing people say it and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, people have the right to say it. You know, I'm not going to jump down your throat about it. I can speak my mind about it and say that I don't appreciate it necessarily in front of me. But, you know, I also can tell content, you know, or intent of the content sometimes, you know. In text form, it's a little different, you know, it's harder. But if you're talking to someone and they mention something in past, you know, I don't know. But the other thing is you have to defend even the most abhorrent speech ever, right? Even the most atrocious speech that you could come across, you know, that isn't against the law already, right? You have to defend free speech at all costs, even the speech of people you don't like or disagree with, you know? I'm not particularly religious, right? But I respect someone's right to practice any religion they want, you know, as long as it's not infringing on other people and hurting other people, you know, and people can say, well, it is. Okay, fine, then let's deal with that, right? But what I'm saying is, if it's not, if we're all just equals and citizens, you know, if we're all free human beings, you know, we should be looking out for everybody's speech, you know, because over time they start snatching it back, you know, and then the Constitution don't mean shit, or the First Amendment don't mean anything, you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, they're silencing your voice, or they're silencing people that you want to listen to, right? It's all well and good when it's someone that you don't agree with, or that you don't like, or you got super disdain or hatred for, right? I get that. I don't want to fucking hear them either. But, you know, sometimes you got to hear people out, you know? I mean, even if it's to just go, oh, yeah, nope, he's an idiot, or she's a moron, or whatever it is, they're wrong, or they're this. You know, at least take the moment to listen. Read a couple things, you know. Maybe you can agree on a couple little things here and there, and then that'll grow into larger agreements further down the road, you know? We have to live on this planet together. We have to live in this neighborhood together, in this county, this state, this country, this world. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta stop thinking of each other as enemies and start thinking of each other as allies. I mean, you know, I don't even like the term ally, because allies can turn their back on you at any time, right? We're family. You know what I mean? We've been propagandized against each other. I'm supposed to hate you because you voted for Trump. You're supposed to hate me because I voted on the left most of my life, right? Or, you know, it doesn't make any sense, you know? I mean, if someone's out there, like, burning down buildings and burning crosses and doing crazy shit on either side, I don't even mean just on the right. I mean on the left. I mean everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. We need to work together. The more that we're separated, the more easily we're controlled by the powers that be. They spent tax money telling you what you should and shouldn't believe about our political system, about our political opponents, about maybe someone that you might not have voted for if you would have known some other shit, right? I mean, that's some twisted shit. And that's just what we know about. What about all the shit we don't know about, right? I'm just saying, man, you know, let's stop being enemies, you know, and we don't have to love everybody. We don't have to like each other, you know, or maybe it's different. Maybe we do have to love each other, but we don't have to like each other, you know, but it's better to have people beside you than over you, you know, it really is, you know, and I want to stand beside you. I want to stand beside you, and you know, I'll admit to the shit that I got wrong, most definitely, you know. Well, this video is way too fucking long. But anyway, I just want to get it out there. You know, I have been thinking about content. I've been, you know, working on some stuff. I still don't know how to edit. You know, these are all one takes. But, you know, it's so frustrating to wake up in the morning. I read 1440 at like 5:45 a.m. You know, I read market briefs. I read the redacted newsletter. You know, I go online, I check out the news of the day. I try to make some opinions on that. You know, I listen to right wingers saying it. I listen to left wing media saying it, and then I go, oh, okay, it's probably somewhere in the middle because they're both fucking lying. But yeah, man. Hey, have a great holiday. Christmas is coming. I'm doing this Wednesday between my next cut, but hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. You know, I hope you're doing great. I hope your family's doing great. I hope you get to see the people you love and care about this year. And, that's all I really want for Christmas. You know, I want the best for you. I want the best for our nation. And I want the best for our planet, you know. Peace, everybody. I love you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll probably be back with another video. If this one even gets posted. Peace.